Okay, so this time we're going to do something a little bit different. We've got a boat tour today. This is on a Hunter. It's a 50-foot sailing yacht, definitely capable of cruising probably all over the place, really. Now, we've not actually been on the boat, so this is super exciting for us. These guys live aboard, they don't have another aboard, so everything here is catered towards living aboard. So we're pretty stoked to see what they've done to make a normal, let's say, semi sort of production boat a full-time live aboard with, I think, comforts that many people don't have. So yeah, I'm really excited actually. Let's go. Alright, so we're on the Honda 49. This thing is insane. I mean, straight away, it is massive. We've got Clive and Debbie and the man himself. So these guys are kind enough to show us around, and basically, you've had what? You've had a year now with it? And you've only just found a cupboard.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of storage on board, some of it in not so obvious places. Yeah,
so what brought you to this boat? You must have looked at other boats as well. Would you class it, isn't it an American production boat maybe?
Yes, absolutely. So we spent 7 years researching what we wanted, and we thought we knew. And Debbie saw this advertised. I said I didn't want a Hunter because I didn't want an American production boat. Not because it's a production boat, because of the issue of getting spares for American boats can be difficult.
Ah, right, yeah, I never thought about that.
And a lot of stuff's imperial, not metric. And we fell in love with it when we walked on board. We loved the layout, we loved the space, we loved the storage.
What I like about it, I mean, straight away getting on here, the bimini in this thing is massive, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's a huge cockpit. It's probably, what is it, 18 feet long, 12 feet, 16, 18 feet long. This thing is massive.
4.5 metres beam.
It feels super spacious, yeah. You know, there's nice sort of troughs in it as well, so you're not feeling like exposed, which I think sometimes.
And you can operate the entire boat pretty much from the cockpit, with the exception of the anchor. Pretty much everything can be done from the cockpit.
That's cool.
Which is nice.
The main sheet runs over this as well.
It
yes.
does.
That's the beauty of the Hunters. They have the arch that's substantial enough to take the main sheet, which gives you a really good launching point for the rest of the bimini and the spray dodger. We also didn't want a main sheet in the middle of the cockpit. We're not racers, we're not interested in racing. We didn't want a main sheet swinging about and a boom you could hit your head on.
Yeah, because Murphy'd only chase
Murphy,
it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Your dog chasing right hanging from the boom.
So the fact that the main sheet's on top of the arch out of the way is ideal.
That's really nice.
So it's the kind of the best of both worlds. Yeah, so we're pleased with that.
You bought it obviously with an intention of living aboard full time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, come on then.
Come on then, come on, you nosy. Murphy, go and show them. Go down.
This,
Go on then, go down.
Mr. Murphy, this is what you need. Oh.
One of the unusual things with this boat is
this.
You can the doors instead of washboards.
It's like being in a western.
Most companionways you come down backwards because it's just not safe.
Yeah.
But actually,
there you
this
go.
isn't so bad.
Down forwards, like the man says. Jesus. Welcome to the Starship Enterprise.
A special feature of the larger Hunters, I don't know why they put them there, but the party lights around the top here.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody says it's cool, but do you know what? The only time we turn them on is to show them to people so they can say, "Oh, that's cool."
That's because they feel like they've gone home with a party.
One of the real benefits for us, and one of the reasons Debbie likes this boat so much, is most other boats, the handrails for moving from A to B inside are on the roof.
Oh yeah.
And she'd have to swing around like a monkey.
The light in here is fantastic, isn't it? Yeah. And these have got vents, like covers on them as well.
Yeah, they've got all the ocean blinds. You've got
The mozzie things.
And blinds as well.
So what have you done down here then? What have you been up to?
We've put lithium, 600 amp lithium on, 3 lithium, 200 lithium at the moment. We're going to add a 4th.
And is that a hard install or was it reasonably easy? Or?
No, it's easy. Did you want to see it?
Yeah. Did I want to see it?
This is a little bit.
Did I want to see it?
This thing moves. You take the plank out. And
Okay,
you push
so
the whole box.
What? So Murphy keeps his secret toys down here. Whoa,
let's do
cool.
that. So at the moment, I've got things shuffled around because I'm putting a fourth battery in there. When I move the cables around, the 4th goes in there. But there's 2 of these here, and there's 1 under there. And I've used a Victron power in.
So that's a massive amount of power. I mean, going from 600 amps of AGM to 600 amps of lithium is...
Yeah, it's like doubling the amount of power. And of course, it's a third of the weight.
Yeah, yeah. Is she a heavy boat?
15 tonne.
That's not heavy at all for 50 feet.
No. And the table drops down as well, obviously.
So you got another double berth.
There's infill cushions that are...
And this is your water maker as well?
That's all made. That's the only thing we haven't commissioned yet.
Have you not?
Came with it, haven't commissioned it, haven't touched it yet.
It's quite nice, you can see everything just there, like,
3 separate air conditioning units.
Three separate.
There's a
Threes.
16,000 BTU for this area.
Yeah.
Then there's a 1200 for that area.
Of course.
And then there's a 1200 for the 2 half cannons.
No way.
Here, don't forget the electricity is included in the mooring fees. So,
Yeah.
So we can use it.
So we cane that. We cane that. You can record that. We cane that. It's free. It's not free. It's included. But even then, it would pull too much power. So because we've only got 32
So we use
supply.
2.
So
At
we
bedtime we use those 2.
Yeah.
And in the daytime we just use this one.
Amazing. So have you ever tried to use them off your lithium yet? Through an inverter?
No, they're 240. Oh, no, they're not wired through the inverter.
Right. Okay.
What's under the floor here is an 11 kilowatt generator.
Of course, and that came with it, did it?
Yes.
11 kilowatts. That's a fish and pounder.
All
Bloody
plugged
hell. 11 kilowatts of power just sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So we can, if we wish to, run all 3 aircon units
That's
and
brilliant.
everything else at the hook.
So 600 amps of lithium. Don't take this the wrong way. But why? Why do you need that much?
Well, the answer is autonomy. It's no good having loads of solar if you don't have anywhere to put it. And lead acids, the way their charging profile is, the more full they get, the slower they charge.
Right, okay.
So it doesn't matter how much solar you've got. If you deplete your lead acids, you'll never fill them right up with solar in a 10-hour day.
Yeah.
Whereas your lithiums, you can. So at 600 now, we're adding another 2, so we'll go to 800.
800, yeah.
Because
okay.
we're not going to have wind gen. But the plan is not to burn diesel.
So that's like a fail safe.
Unless we really have to, yeah.
Have you seen this captain's seat?
Yeah.
Oh, go on, I'll drive.
You'll have to come and play sometime though.
I've got the captain's chair, I've got 2 seats. What's that for?
This is the Oculus Rift.
The what?
You have to come and play.
This is nothing to do with boating now, right? We digress completely. This is Captain's toy.
Are you going to bring out the... This is for the glory hole, right? We're going to the glory hole later.
That's a different thing. No, this is when I'm tired of being skipper of a sailing vessel and I want to be skipper of a space vessel. That's what I do.
So is this for a drone?
VR headset. No.
It's one of them. No, I've got one of them. You get seasick standing up, don't you? It's mental.
That's VR headset.
They're crazy, them things. How big is this screen?
That screen's 28 inches.
I mean, you can't put a full-size chart on this, but near enough, like.
Yeah, near
It's
enough.
pretty massive.
Well, if we wanted a full-size chart, we'd use the table.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, if you're doing that level of passage planning and navigation, you're going to use the table. This is actually Ultimatron.
So that's the battery.
So you can dial into the individual cell voltages if you wish.
Right, okay.
And that's the overview of the 3 batteries. If you look in this cupboard here,
There we go.
there's 2 solar chargers in there. So those connect on Bluetooth to the tablet.
Neat.
So I can see on there what's coming in and what voltage it's at.
So, the Ninja.
Oh,
So a baby.
so welcome to R2D2.
Yeah, exactly.
The gas cooker on here is rubbish.
Right.
And it wouldn't get the pressure cooker up hot enough.
Right.
If you put it on the induction hob while you've got electric, the induction hob was too spotty and it would burn in spots, so it didn't work for us. So we thought, what can we do? The chef amongst us decided she wanted one of these. This is the Ninja Foodie 15 in 1.
15 in 1.
15 in
So
1.
can you use this from your inverter?
Yes,
And
just
and
as
what
long
do
as you don't use anything else. It's 1700 watt.
Uh-huh.
The inverter's 2700. So yeah,
Okay,
you could use that and put the hot water on, but that's about your lot.
Yeah. Let's not be silly. All I want to know is, can I cook bacon in it?
Yes, it does lovely bacon. It does really good chips too.
So obviously you did a lot for cooking as well. You've got a coffee machine. You've got an induction hob as well, a microwave. You've even got...
This is my baby. Any visitors have to bring 5 bags of this.
They do. That's true.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so this is that's the ice maker. Which is,
That's the ice
It's
maker.
plumbed in.
yeah. And then we have a freezer here, which can be a fridge or a freezer. So we just have cold drinks in this side.
It's well stocked as well. That's what we like to see.
And then we have a day fridge.
Of course you do, yes.
A day fridge. A day fridge. And then this one can be a fridge or a freezer.
If we live on the inverter the way we do when we're on shore power, we'd run our 600 lithium flat in 2 days, even with 700 watts of solar in Spain at the moment.
Who's got 700 watts of solar on a monohull?
We do.
And then you put more on as well.
Yeah.
So again, the boat came with 4 solar panels on a frame above the bimini, which I'm sure you saw from the dockside. So 475 gives me 700 watts.
It's a fair amount, right?
So the battery combiner is a Blue Sea battery combiner, which can work in either direction, but it's also limited at 100 amps, which also is a second protection for my alternator.
Yeah.
So I can never draw. I can never blow up my alternator, and that is connected to the starter first, the starter battery first, because that will charge up real quick, and then the Blue Sea combiner then connects that to the house.
Yeah.
So it charges off the engine, it charges off the generator, or it charges off the solar.
That's good.
And if you're on dockside power, of course, the inverter's an inverter charger.
So you're basically, it sounds like this has been basically built to live on 100%, with all of the comforts from like your house, you're heating your hot water through your inverter as well, and basically live at anchor
It is
autonomously.
better equipped than our house was.
By
a significant margin.
You what?
We have a washer dryer in there.
You've got a what?
Which runs off the inverter.
It does what?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's 110 volt. It's an American washer dryer. There's a transformer for it.
Wow, how much does that draw then?
I don't know. I haven't tried it. I'm too scared.
That's pretty cool.
This is our garage, and in here
So we have, is this the garage or the glory hole?
That's the glory hole, my love.
glory hole garage.
Welcome
Whichever
to the glory hole.
in these boxes, which are 2.5 rows deep. There's 12 of these big boxes in there. So the boat came with a really, really nice entertainment system. Okay, so we've got a 33-inch Samsung TV,
Some party lights.
some party lights, and we have a Bose surround sound system, and the head unit is in there.
What?
Now this is a Hunter standard fit.
What?
Yeah.
It's not even an option. It's a Hunter standard fit, as far as I understand.
The whole thing, like from factory, is actually been like designed to be comfortable and just have all of the mod cons. Really.
Go in.
Can we go in here?
Of course you
You can.
So you got partial island. You can get both round the sides.
Yeah, that's cool.
I didn't want to
Super
climb
nice, isn't it? You just want to touch it and stroke it and stuff.
Wood.
Yeah, wood. It does that. You're like, ooh, that
Touch and
sounds
stroke
worse.
your wood.
Sounds even worse. Oh, what a place.
There's drawers under there. And
Oh, cool.
show the cupboards. The lift up where the t-shirts are. Yeah. More storage there.
Oh, wow.
The mattress
look at
actually folds.
that. So that's just a small one, and there's a deep one.
Yeah.
And then
Is what's in here? Is that another head?
that's the forward head.
Just a little loo.
Super good.
That's supposed to be a shower.
That's supposed to be a shower in there.
Extra cushions for the cockpit, buoyancy aids, and throw overboard cushions, and yeah, there's all sorts in there.
You can get plenty of stuff in there. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
So, man, this is the second heads and the second shower. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, and it's good.
It's pretty much set up as day heads or ensuite for the aft port cabin.
It's a good size. Again, it's all Corian again, and you've got. There's actually a glass screen in here as well.
Yes, that folds back.
Whoa, hang on, the bed goes up sideways. Have a look at this. You don't see that very often, do you? Not when you've got a twin.
No.
So this is obviously, I mean, the stern of the boat is super wide anyway, isn't it? It takes its beam right back. Is this a Jack and Jill into the head as well?
Yep. On here, the engine is under the floor. On here, the engine sits underneath the floor.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen this sort of setup before. It's not ideal if you need to change an engine mount, is it?
No. The biggest pain I've found is the impeller.
Yeah.
The raw water impeller is behind the alternator, which is on this side.
Yeah.
It's behind it, facing that way.
Oh, delightful.
That's one of the compromises.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's storage there. There's the starter battery and storage.
Wow. This storage is bonkers.
More storage. This is the subfloor. So if you consider this sofa, there's storage underneath.
Yeah.
And then you get to this floor, and then below that there's another subfloor.
So the question is that watertight?
No.
So if you
No,
were
it
to
is not.
get a side collision, that's maybe an issue because you can't track it down so easily.
It would mean major rearrangement of the furniture to get the things. Yeah. Don't hit things.
Because people say with these boats, there's a lot of sort of maybe controversy where people say, "Oh, they're good boats, but I wouldn't want to go offshore in it," and that's probably the only thing. That's the only thing I've seen so far that might concern me.
And this is where we found the extra storage that we didn't know we had.
Underneath that drawer.
Underneath the drawer. Now it starts to make sense. Like when you say, "Oh, I had the boat here and found some extra storage," you're like, "Yeah, right."
and we exposed that, and there was all stuff in there.
Unbelievable.
2 sets of Christmas tree lights, half a dinner service, a bag full of toys.
It's not the sort of place you look for extra
It's like the perfect smuggler's box, isn't it? Right, should we have a quick look on deck?
Yep. You got someone coming with you?
Hello, Murphy. Oh, good handrails all the way along. The deck's not very wide, but yeah, I mean, it's got what you need, and it's got a good foothold on it as well. Now the thing with these is they've got, with the B&R rig, of course you've got the cap shroud comes right to the extremes, eh?
Yeah.
So it generally means you put a smaller head sail on and you shoot them inside, right?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
no.
geared up for a staysail, a self-tacking staysail, and it's about 110% head sail-ish.
So this is quite cool. Look at the front, cutter rigged,
Yep.
quite nice.
Self-tacking on the staysail,
See, that's
which is
self-tacking.
nice.
So you just got one dead end on it, you take the other one off down to the cockpit.
Yep.
Nice and simple. It's really good. There's a massive amount of deck space. Twin anchor roller with 2 anchors on it. Alright, so that's the sail locker there. It's cavernous. So that's about 8 feet tall. So is that a watertight bulkhead? I can't make my mind up.
I don't think so. If you look at that, I don't think so.
No, it doesn't look like it. But you sort of think, why would you have that there if it wasn't going to be? All right, so that's my first time on Hunter 49, which appears, according to the name tag on the boat, is the same as a Legend 50. Is that
Yep.
right? So what I can say is it's like some kind of big V8 Ford or Chevy. The thing is just massive everywhere. It's like everything's. I mean, I'm sat by this boom, like, and it's just massive, super long. So yeah, super cool boat actually. I mean, I can see why it's, let's say, marmite for some people. B&R rig, no backstay, maybe not the best downwind sailor because of that rig setup. But if you want to live aboard, I think the amount of things that you've done to it anyway, let's say, I mean, you've got that solar setup, which is just colossal, the lithium, and the kitchen setup, and then just all the mod cons. It's kind of insane, like the space you've got.
It's
across the thwartship's bed,
it's
a
home.
massive island bed.
It's home.
So if you're planning on living aboard, I can see this being a really, for me, actually being a really good choice.
Yeah.
I can see
Thank
that.
you.
What do you reckon, Murphy? Make it up here. Right, so that's the end of that for Sail Up for the rest of this week. And me and Murphy are going to go off and go play with the ball for a little bit. If you wouldn't mind joining us for a bit longer and liking, subscribing, all that kind of stuff, we'd really love it. Keeps the channel ticking along nicely. And we'll see you in the next episode. Hey, Pop. It's Paula. Ah! You got me right in the lip.
Kisses. Oh, he loves kisses. Loves kisses.
He loves getting right